Welcome back everyone to what I believe is the 4th episode of us playing Plants vs Zombies. Last time we left off, I believe we were playing Whack-A-Zombie. And now we are getting back into the night modes, and this guy looks like a complete tank. Oh yeah, and we got a Hypno Shroom. Makes a zombie fight for you. So, I guess that's what we'll be testing out. Okay, let's just get into this. No messing around. So, yeah, by this point in time, I believe I will have finished 2 exams, and will be studying my butt off for the last one, because it's math. And, math, as most of you guys would probably agree, is quite a painful experience. But when you do it right, it's a very pleasurable one, you know? Like, if you ace a maths test, you're not gonna be like, oh no, I bloody hate maths still. No, you're gonna be like, I know this now. Screw you guys, I'm the best. I love math. But, yeah, pretty much the entire time that you're learning math, you will hate it. Once you've learnt it, though, they'll give you something new, so you'll still hate it. But if you ever at any point in time have to go back to the old stuff, you'll be like, easy clap. Well, at least that's been my relationship with math. Honestly, I find that so funny, because in high school, in, I think, either year 11 or 12, I'm not sure which one it was, we were doing math, and it was like year 11 and 12 math, so it was a bit complicated, right? But then, our teacher decided to be just like, you know what? We're having a bit of a weird test today. We're gonna test stuff that you learned in like year 6 and 7, right? Every single person in the class groaned, except for me. I was the only one that would be just like, okay, bring it. Let's see what we can do here. She said we did not need a cheat sheet, because the formulas that we needed were written on the sheet of paper, the test itself, right? And so, here I was thinking like, oh yeah, this shouldn't be too bad. I should be alright with this. And then when she handed out the test and we all did it, I felt okay about it. I knew there were some things I got wrong, as is the case with every math test, but I was just like, might not be too bad. Who knows? Now, following day, she comes into class. She is appalled. She used the word appalled with our scores. She was so disappointed in our scores, except for one person. And that person was me. That just proves, oh yeah, here's what the Hypno Shroom does. Takes one bite and starts running the other way. Just completely is just like, yeah, you know what? Nah, I'm good now. I'm full. I'll go bother someone else, your neighbor across the street. But yeah, back to my story. I was the only one that actually passed that test. And that just goes to show, when it comes to remembering maths, or like simple maths, like this wasn't even like a, this wasn't even a test on like complex algebra for year 7s and 6s or something. This was just like area and perimeter, but like slightly more complicated. So it'd be like, what's the area of this if it's like a running track? So you'd have a rectangle in the middle, 2 half circles on either side, right? And they gave us all the formulas that we needed. And so I pretty much destroyed, rather than the rest of my class, who did quite badly. Honestly, I just can't believe they forgot some of those things. But here's where the story bites me in the backside, right? I may have scored the best in the class and earned the respect of my teacher, but she did point out that the one mistake I did make was because I messed up an addition. 2 numbers adding together, I messed that up. I looked at the numbers and I was just like, yeah, I don't need a calculator for this. I can do this easy. It's like 97 or something. And then the answer was actually like 107 and I was 10 off. And so, although I did well, and I was riding that high horse, being just like, oh yeah, I kicked this test's butt, she was like, oh, but don't be too happy. The one thing you did mess up? Simple addition. Simple addition. And then that's when the entire class decided, hey, let's laugh at him. Let's not all laugh at the fact that we failed a year 7/6 test. Let's laugh at the guy that messed up simple addition. And honestly, it all kind of evened out. Because my friends who were just like, oh, we failed. Oh. And I wasn't even like rubbing it in their faces. I was just like really proud of myself for being able to remember that far back into my memory bank of math. And then I just got shut down by not only the teacher, but she was just like roasting me, man. As far as I'm aware, throughout my education courses so far, I should not have been ridiculed this way. However, at the time, I didn't really care. Like, honestly, a teacher could call me a teacher could swear at me, and I'd probably be just like, huh, you just swore. This is way more epic. I don't care that you just insulted me. I just heard a teacher swear. Awesome! You know? But, yeah, I guess I never really thought about it at the time, but I was roasted that day. Like, and it was the worst kind of roast too. It was like, oh hey, you're a great guy. Love everything about you. You're truly an awesome person. And I really just, like, love being your friend, man. And then you're just like, oh, that's so sweet. They set you up to be, like, on a real high horse. And then all of a sudden they're just like, not. Ah! But yeah, I was crushed. And then that just affected me for the whole day, you know? I feel like that happens quite a lot at schools. Like, I feel like up until high school, if I had like one bit of bad news at school, that would just ride with me through the end of the day. But that was like all the way up till maybe year 9, year 10. But then at that point I was just like, I mean, the past is in the past, man. These kids forget memes after a week. They're not gonna remember that I completely messed up simple addition on a math test. But, admittedly it did last longer than I expected. They talked about it for at least a few days. But to be honest, still, not too bad. Not too bad compared to some other students and what they've done at my schools. Man, some of the things that have happened at my school when I was growing up, crazy. And like, when I left, well, when my class graduated, I should say, rather than just when I left, because we all graduated together. Because we're not losers. We all graduate together, ride or die, you know. But once we left, like, I feel like it's a what do you call it? Sort of like an unspoken rule that the class that's like one below you is just full of complete losers and people that you just do not vibe with whatsoever. You know, like, you just look at them and you're just like, ugh, typical, right? And then you look at your own class and you're just like, ugh, typical, but I love it. You know, it's like when it's your own class, you're just like, oh, they're so dumb, but in a funny way. But then you look at the class below you and it's like, oh, they're so dumb. I bet they mean it. But yeah, that's generally how every class in my school felt about the class below them. But yeah, once we left school, there were so many more antics going around. It's like we were the last good class that school ever had. And then it was all downhill from there. All they got was Zoomer. Zoomer humor. Zoomer's just messing around. I heard, apparently, that, because, like, when I was there, the worst it got was like physical violence between two guys, probably over a sport, probably one of them is holding the ball, right? So it's like, okay, so his goal wasn't to punch the other guy in the face, he was aiming for the ball, he just missed. And then it kind of escalated from there, because the other guy thought, hey, don't punch me in the face, punch you back, right? And I thought that was kind of alright. Like, obviously it's a no-go thing, and teachers should still stop it, but, you know, it's expected. A little bit, right? When I left, there was like full-on fist fights. It was like full-on fist fights between people that were just like betrayed on the internet, or like people going out with other people's girlfriends, and it's like, holy crap, this got intense. This turned from a casual comedy into an action drama. Like, what the hell? How did this happen within like half-year time span? And I honestly believe it was the class below me's fault. Not calling them out. I'm not going to be naming names. But, yeah, honestly, some of them are a bit weird. Some of them I think I could easily have gotten along with if they were in my year. Like, if I had no idea they were actually in the class below me, I feel like I could vibe with them fairly easily. But, yeah, at the time it was just kind of like, ew, no thanks. Anyway, sorry, just went on a bit of a storytelling time. Right, so we've been introduced to the scaredy shroom, and the reason it's called the scaredy shroom is because if a zombie is near it, it likes to hide and cry a little bit. Oh, I'm sorry for doing that to you. But yes, so essentially you put scaredy shrooms at the back, they can launch nukes at the people at the front, and then the fume shrooms in front can be like a little blockade to stop them from getting frightened of all the zombies. But yeah, so essentially, we should be rocking this. We're not exactly doing it at an amazing pace. Like, if I do actually want to speedrun this game, I'm going to be placing puff shrooms every single second it's ready to be placed. But that's just it, I suppose. I'll need to learn speedrun strategies if I'm actually going to speedrun this game. And that is also if you guys actually want to see this game being played after this playthrough. Because, like, I'll happily keep doing it. I'll happily go through all the minigames, get all trophies for them, get the gold trophy for the story mode, which means completing it twice. I suppose in the second run, like, this run, it's like, kind of just me cruising through it. Sort of walkthrough, I guess, of, how to get through this game. But, the second run, Crazy Dave will have his input, and if you don't know what that means, you will find out soon. And then, I'll also get you guys to throw in some challenges for me. See what's what. Alright, we've just got the Ice Shroom 75 Sun, temporarily immobilizes all zombies on the screen. Immensely helpful. Ooh! We've got the Dancing Zombie. Now, if you guys didn't know, Dancing Zombie here looks like a certain famous celebrity by the name of Michael Jackson, obviously. And I think this is the original version of the game. And so I've still got a lovely little Michael Jackson zombie in my game. And I personally love his addition to the game. But there was some sort of debate and trouble about that being in the game. And so I'm pretty sure in later editions they changed him to a regular dancing zombie, right? And they changed what he looks like. I don't know if I remember exactly what he looks like, but I know he definitely looks a lot more generic and definitely a lot less Michael Jackson. But I personally love the fact that my game has Michael Jackson in it. It is pretty dope to me, and I just love the dancing zombie in general, because when he comes out, well, you know what, you'll see. I just love what happens when he comes out and onto the screen. It is brilliant. Honestly, I'm surprised they didn't do that with more zombies, but you can kind of see why they didn't as well. It's just so you can easily identify who they were aiming for. Like, obviously, from the picture, it's definitely not enough, right? You can't tell that that's meant to be MJ, right? Surely not. Why would MJ ever be a zombie? But yeah, you guys will see fairly soon why I just love how he busts out onto the screen. It is truly amazing. Anyway, we should actually start building up a defense here instead of just farming coins from these graves. Because let's be honest, that's all they're good for. Grave robbing. Okay. I also love how fast both the scaredy shroom and the puff shroom recharge. So I can just nail them out there, one after the other. Okay, our son is starting to grow up. Look at him go. Making us money. What else are children for, am I right? Just kidding, children are for life, not for money. If you're trying to steal all your money from your kids, that's not very polite of you. Anyway, oh, here he comes. Anyway, this guy is actually a threat, despite all the lovely music coming from him. He likes summoning backup zombies from his dancing crew. So if we freeze him using the ice shroom, and then that's how he dies. Isn't that perfect? Is that not just the most perfect zombie in this game? I absolutely love it. I adore both Michael Jackson and his zombie version in his own music video and in Plants vs. Zombies 1. Truly brilliant. I don't know if you can actually get this version of the game anymore, but you probably can illegally somehow, but yeah. I just think it's 10 times better than what they've replaced it with. Oh, anyway, we're just about finished up with this level. Just need to take out one more cone boy and get one more sun to be symmetrical. There we go. Isn't that nice? Isn't that much nicer? And then, hopefully, I can get one more sun, one more sun, one more sun. Anyone? Anyone? No, that's a shame. I wanted to show off using the Hypno Shroom on MJ over there. Just because he can summon those dancers, but for you. Effectively clearing like 3 lanes of zombies, if you're lucky. Oh, try and snag in one more coin. There we go. And then we get this guy. Now, if you like the cherry bomb, you are going to love Mr. Doom Shroom here. Costs 125, destroys a large area, leaving a crater in its wake. That's right. Leaves a crater. Which means we're pretty much guaranteed to kick some butt. Yeah, why not? We'll go for that instead of the Hypno Shroom. We don't really need Hypno Shrooms. Cease to exist. I think there's a couple more graves in this game that have puns written on them. But that's just one of many, to be quite honest. Alright. Level 2-9. So after this we should be getting some sort of note, I believe, about why we should be surrendering our brains. I'm probably not going to take it too well. And then I'll just, I don't know, I guess plants will spawn randomly in my hands, and I'll just be like, berserker mode activated, and then everybody will just immediately be knocked out. It's going to be quite a phenomenon. Anyway, I'm starting to appreciate the sun shroom a bit more in this game. Like, normally I just go for sunflower, just because it's like consistent sun, and this pissy amount of sun isn't that great. But honestly, I'm starting to appreciate it a little bit more. Gives you just enough to survive, and lets you plant it a lot faster than regular sunflowers. And then they'll grow up into regular sunflowers anyway, it just takes a little longer, you know? Like, there's honestly not too much of a downside here. Honestly, this music will get stuck in your head, so I apologize in advance for that, but seriously, who can't love that music? And the music when the Michael Jackson zombie comes out, it's just amazing. It's like, not copyright, it's just a sick beat, you know? It's just I don't know if that actually might be a like a downplayed version of one of his songs or something, but is pretty cool. I gotta say, it's pretty dope. Just that he's even in the game, you know? Like, it's kind of like a no-brainer marketing sort of thing, you know? If you can get the permission to, which I don't know if PopCap actually did, considering he got removed from later copies of the game, but if you can get permission, hell yeah. Put MJ in your game, make him a zombie. Makes a lot of sense. Then suddenly you've got the market of people that actually want to play Plants vs Zombies, and then the market of people that actually like Michael Jackson, which is quite a lot. Because he makes good music. There was that whole thing with him, but you know, we can look past that. I feel like obviously celebrities get away with a lot these days. Well, not anymore, they're slowly getting caught up with everybody coming forward about certain things happening, but I feel like if your music's at like a certain level of just like godhood, then you can pretty much just be like in prison, but people will be like, although his music's still good though. Like, you're not gonna just stop listening to amazing music just because the artist did something wrong. You're gonna be like, remembering the old days, the good old times. Oh, speaking of. Okay, got out of there real quick. That's good. Can we get through this one? Okay, good. Yeah. Fume Shroom absolutely decimates the nighttime. If you're gonna choose any plant from the nighttime to use, definitely the Fume Shroom. That piercing damage, oh, it's just beautiful. Can't go wrong. Puff Shroom, too short range, although it is nice and cheap to just throw out there, either offensively or defensively if you don't mind it getting eaten. But Fume Shroom is just beautiful. Constant damage throughout a 4-block in front of it radius. Well, yeah, I suppose it would be. It's not exactly a circle around him, but from here to here, well, here, that would be the radius if it was a circle. I'm just talking out my butt now, to be quite honest. And, if you guys didn't know already, I'm trying to cut down on using bad language. And that doesn't mean I don't want to. It means it's very difficult for me to. But the reason I am trying to do that is because I am indeed studying to become a teacher. And that is just what you would call... Oh, what would you call it? A poor something. I'd be a poor role model. That's it. That's it. And like, obviously I don't expect to get like immensely popular on this channel, on YouTube. just in general. Like, not many people are into gaming these days, and even if they are, they're not gonna look for me over like someone else more popular playing this. But I don't know, I've always just wanted to create a channel and see how it went. So I guess that's what I'm doing. So like, I do have to be mindful of the possibility, like obviously it's not probable, but the possibility that future students of mine might see these videos and be like, oh wow, look at him in his prime, swearing and cussing like a sailor. Let's show the principal. And then the principal finds out, and then I'm just like, but I was 19 at the time. It's like, yeah, but that is you, right? It's like, I guess. Like, yeah, can't help you there, but sorry. And then I'm gone. Like, I feel like social media has ruined any sort of privacy outside of the workplace. Like, if you need to be a professional in your work environment, that's fine. You do that by demonstrating that you're a professional in your work environment. What you do outside of your work environment should not concern the people that you are employed by, you know? Like, I should be able to go out and party hard every night. Oh, here's the Doom Shroom, by the way. Yeah, that's it. Obliteration. But yeah, like I was saying, I should be able to go out and party every night. Obviously not that I would. Anyway, hold up. Hello, we would like to visit for a midnight snack. How does ice cream and brains sound? Sincerely, the zombies. Sounds great. But yeah, I should be able to go out and party, go to a club, do whatever I want every single night, and so long as it isn't affecting me when I'm at my job, it should be a concern of nobody's, you know? Like, obviously that isn't the case, because some people are getting fired over what they do outside of their job, which I think is quite insane. You know, like, I get it if it's like you're a part of a company and then the company's just like, now don't badmouth us on the internet, and then you badmouth them on the internet. But everything that you did before that shouldn't really matter. You know, just kind of like a relationship, you know? It's like, yeah, I've been in a relationship with other people, but why should that matter when I'm with you now and they're long gone, you know? I suppose I will need to think about this a lot more, because as much as I agree with myself there, I do feel like there's an opening for disagreement, if that makes sense. Like, I do feel like somewhere there is a crack in my argument. That might just be because I'm used to being wrong, but still. I feel like I am at fault in at least one aspect of what I just said. Anyway, I'm just trying to cut down on swearing because of potential future employment. Oh, actually, that's another story I can tell about my school. So, Snapchat's a thing, right? Snapchat's a very interesting thing. Well, it's not interesting to me. I don't personally have an account, but to some people, Snapchat is a very interesting thing. To each their own. I don't mind that you guys, or I don't mind that other people like it. I don't mind if they think I should like it. I just personally am not a fan of the whole idea of the pressure of keeping a streak of some sort and actively going about it every single day to like 400 different people. I do appreciate the fact that it keeps you in touch with those people, but I've just personally never liked the idea. Anyway. So my friend, who will go nameless to protect his or her identity, essentially they took a picture of me, and I was not aware of it, and then they posted it on their Snapchat feed, and essentially they had the caption of, "Hey look, I look like a pedophile." right? And I had not seen the photo. I did not know that photo was taken. But then, at some point in time, someone found out, told their parents told a teacher, and then suddenly me and my best friend, or one of my friends, was in a room together. And then the teacher was giving me this serious look of, do you know what this photo thing is about? And I was like, photo thing? No, what? What photo thing? What? And then she explained it to me, my teacher did. And then I just couldn't help but laugh, because I knew for a fact it was a joke. And I knew for a fact that all my friends would understand that it was a joke. And I'd just shrug it off, pretty much. But my teacher was very adamant about me, like, not being okay with this. Because she said it wouldn't look good for any future employers if I had that tag plastered to my name on like a Snapchat account when they like obviously did like a background check on me sort of thing. And I thought, okay, yeah, that's fair, I suppose. But I don't have a Snapchat account. So they wouldn't find me, or at least they wouldn't find me without looking up my best friend's name, and they wouldn't be looking at that because they're looking for me, right? And so she was just like, okay, that makes things relatively better, but still, you should be wary about these things and of people taking photos of you while you're not aware. Ooh, diamond. And I was just like, okay, miss, yeah, that seems fair, that seems fair. I wasn't aware, like, maybe at the time I was aware the photo was being taken of me and I didn't think much of it, but, yeah, I was just like, okay, miss, I'll be a little more conscious next time of when people are taking photos of me, and I'll be a bit more upfront about what are you gonna do with that photo. But I just loved the whole situation, because another one of my friends was with me at the time, hearing about this, because he had seen the photo, but he just couldn't help but laugh when when my teacher basically was just like, do you let other people take photos of you? And I was just like, I mean, yeah, I don't really mind. And then she's like, do you know of one taken of you recently by this person? It's like, not that I remember. And it's like, have a look at this photo. And it just showed me the photo of my face with the caption. And I just burst out laughing. I'm just like, who did it? Which one of my friends did this? Huh? Which one of you pulled this? So anyway, I couldn't help but laugh a little bit. She was taking it very seriously, and my friend was laughing because, hear me out for this, right? There's a picture going around. You don't want it to be spread around. You are a teacher, and you're trying to stop this right away, right? It's a very serious matter. Yeah? What is the first thing you do to show that this should not be allowed, right? What is the first thing you do in order to stop this information from spreading, and in order to kind of contain the situation, make sure that the person involved is not stressed out to hell and back with it, and overall everyone can get back on with their lives, right? What is the first thing you should do in order to get that all sorted and back on track? The teachers printed the photo. Like, I get that it's online, and printing it wouldn't make it any worse because it's already online, but who prints the photo? Like, I wasn't even shown the photo on the paper. They just told me they printed it off, and I was like, you're part of the problem. What is this? Me and my friend, who was with me at the time, just couldn't stop laughing when my teacher said, they printed off the photo. And I was like, what? So essentially, During my last 2 years of high school, there was a photo taken of me by a friend, and I was unaware of it. I was given the tag pedophile because I was pulling a dumb face at the time. Obviously unknowingly. It's like when you hit pause on a random YouTube video where someone's speaking and they just inevitably have a dumb face, right? It's one of those faces probably. And then they had that tag, and the first thing they did was print it. Me and my friend just burst out laughing. It's like, why did you print it? You absolute idiots. Oh, anyway. I guess this is the episode where I share a lot of my school stories, but oh, there's plenty more to go through, don't you worry. Anyway, that is the end of this episode. Sorry I dragged it on a little bit there with that last story, but we unlocked the lily pad. Lets you plant non-aquatic plants on top of it. So there's a little hint towards what the next episode will be about. Non-aquatic plants. Strange. Why would I need aquatic plants in the first place? I wonder what is in store for the next episode. You'll find out soon enough. It comes out the day after today, so it'll be good. Anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. Let me know any challenges you could offer to me to make this game a little bit more challenging. Oh, excuse me. I will be looking into hard Plants vs Zombies. I've heard that's a mod for it. And yeah, I'll just be adding in random challenges myself. But either way, thank you guys so much for watching again. Take care. Take care of yourselves. Take care of everyone else. I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.